Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And get ready to have a blast. And speaking of blast, we've got to blast off. So I want you guys to count down with me now. 6, come on. 5, you know the rest. Here we go. Let's get this thing off the ground, amigos. Come on. Yes. You gotta believe. Gotta believe. Come on. There it is.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. It's the show. Let's go.
Get ready for an electric extravaganza, folks. It's the show with no name, and we don't give a damn what day it is. Nos importa un bledo. I don't care what the weather's like. I don't care what day of the week it is. Nobody's gonna stop me from laughing and learning with my amigos here on the show with no name. Welcome aboard, show with no namers from all around the world. Before we even get started, thank you and keep up the amazing work. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and you should be proud of yourselves as well. Your hard work, your energy, your effort is paying off. Está dando frutos. Not just my opinion. I was with some of your other teachers this weekend, and guess what? They feel the same. So it's unanimous. You guys rock. So thanks for being here every day, and thanks for giving 110%, for going the extra mile. Mira, ya estamos con muchas expresiones. Eso es muy americano. Giving 110%. Or to go the extra mile. Now, evidentemente no usáis esa porque usáis kilómetros. But think about it. If the race is 10 kilometers, you're like, you know what? I'm going to do one for good luck. One for shits and giggles. Para unas risitas. For shits and giggles. Mira cuántas expresiones. And we haven't even gotten started yet. Man. All right, also, folks, I'm not just your teacher, your cheerleader, your friend. I'm also your social planner. Mark your calendars for December 13th. Guess who's hosting our upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night?
My name's Richard Vaughn. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
You guessed it. None other than the one and only Richard Vaughn. Join us on Wednesday, December 13th at 8:30 p.m. We're gonna have fun. We'll laugh. We'll play. You'll meet your favorite Vaughn Radio presenters and your fellow students. And there are even prizes for the winning team. So don't miss it. Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Hosted by the one and only Richard Vaughn. Wednesday, December 13th at Roll Madrid, Calle de Amaniel 23. It's going to be tons of fun. That's right, folks, and it's a great way to kick off the holiday season. Well, no, not really kick off. The holiday season has officially kicked off. Arrancado. It has kicked off, and we are right in it, folks. But if you want to join us, I know it's going to be tons of fun, and especially because I know you guys love challenges and you love to participate. Well, how do I know that? Because you participate every week religiously in our question of the week.
question of the week.
All right, amigos. Now, firstly, thank you for all your participation in the past question of the weeks. Yeah. I think we've done 9. Who is it? One of you, I don't know if it's Chris Valrol or Anix, one of you label it. So it's like question of the week 9. So thank you, because I don't even know what number we're on. So that's 9 opportunities that you have had to express yourself in English. And I think that's wonderful, because what do we learn in languages for? So we can learn to express ourselves, our feelings, our beliefs, our plans, what we want to do. It doesn't have to be something deep or profound. So I've got this week's question of the week, and I urge you all to participate. What you have to do is you have to send a 1-minute voice message to my email address, which is aalonso@grupovon.com. aalonso@grupovon.com. No spaces, no underscores, no dots. Alonso, 2 A's, @grupovon.com. Send me a 1-minute voice message. Introduce yourself and share your earliest memory with us. Ahí lo tienes. Your earliest memory, the first thing you can recall or recollect. Hay muchas formas de decirlo. So in this week's question of the week, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. That's right. We're going to take a trip down memory lane. And you know what sparked this? ¿Qué lo causó? ¿Qué lo encadenó? What triggered it? Es otra forma de decirlo, gatillo de un... What triggered this was, if you guys follow me on social media, then you'll see that I was at the circus this past weekend. And it was my daughter's first time at the circus. And my earliest memory is the circus. So I'm not going to get into it now. I'll wait for question of the week. But it made me, take a trip down memory lane, como decimos, rememorar. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do in English. Share your earliest memory with us. And remember, involve all the senses. Sight, sound, smells. Because mine was the circus, so I smell popcorn when I think of the circus. And yesterday when I was at the circus, guess what aroma was in the air? Popcorn. Something has never changed. And it was amazing to relive that memory. So I thought it would be a nice one. If you'd like to participate, send an email with around 1 minute voicemail message. You can do it on your phone to aalonso@grupovon.com. aalonso@grupovon.com, and share your earliest memory with us. And I can't wait to hear your earliest memories. I think it'll be a fun one, right? Because you'll be able to think back. Mira, ya estamos mirando mucho vocabulario. So I urge you all to participate. I think it'll be very heartwarming. No? Heartwarming. Oh, it'll be very heartwarming because we'll remember some people who are no longer with us. That's right. And we've got another initiative where you can send us a voice message. And that's for our 20th anniversary party. Attention, all Vaughn Radio listeners.
We're having a party. Everybody's swinging. Oh, yeah. Dancing to the music. Where is it? On the radio.
That's right. We're having a party. And you're invited. Join us December 1st on the Show with No Name. We'll have special guests, Vaughn Radio Trivia, where we can see how well you know your favorite radio station, plus flashbacks, and you can even win prizes. Join us on December 1st. I'll be in the studio with Richard Vaughn, Kyle Miller, and many other Vaughn Radio presenters. Join us as we celebrate 20 years on the air. Because Stewart said,
We're having a party.
Sing it. Come on. Everybody swinging,
Oh yeah.
dancing to the music.
Where is it?
On the radio. So join us. See you on December 1st. We've got a lot to celebrate. 20 years on the air. Thanks to you.
I've been following you for years. Wow.
All right, folks, there you go. Hopefully you'll be with us that day. We're going to be live in the studio. Richard Vaughn, Kyle Miller, many other people are going to join me. Send us if you'd like to participate. It's two different things here. One of them is question of the week. And please specify, I mean, obviously I'm going to listen to them, but if you're participating in question of the week or 20th anniversary shout out, and either way, you should get to both of those to me before Friday. So you've got some homework already, amigos. All right, let's rock and roll with today's pop quiz. Come on. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Pop quiz. You know it. Pop quiz. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Pop quiz. Can't hear you. Pop quiz. Still can't hear you. Louder. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. That's right. It is our pop quiz only on the show with no name. And as always, we're going to take a look at something today from the Vaughn collection. And you know what? This is just an awesome material because it nips everything in the bud. Lo corta por la raíz. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about errores comunes en inglés, which is just awesome because you can take a look at the big ones. Yeah, the top 100 common mistakes. Some are pronunciation, some are grammar or structure related, but either way, there's a collection of mistakes that Spanish speakers make. Now, I said 100. In this book, you'll find 60, from phrasal verbs to adjectives to irregular verbs, pronunciation things as well. And it's called Errores Comunes en Inglés que deberías conocer. And as soon as you're aware of a mistake, well, you are one step closer to not making that mistake yourself. So I want everybody to listen very carefully. And also I want you to reflect and think about if this is a mistake that you've made in the past, or who knows, that you continue to make. Well, either way, I highly recommend this, as with all of our materials, I should say. And you can still get some special deals because today is Cyber Monday. So go over to grupovon.com for more information on resources and courses. And today's pop quiz is sponsored by one of our amazing resources, Errores Comunes en Inglés. Listen carefully.
Pista 3. Error 2.
Max is concentrated. No, Max is concentrating.
No está sordo, está concentrado.
He's not deaf, he's concentrating.
Por favor, no les molestes, están concentrados.
Please don't bother them. They're concentrating.
No le pasa nada en la cara, solo está concentrada.
There's nothing wrong with her face. She's just concentrating.
¿Podemos hablar luego? Estoy concentrada en esto.
Can we talk later? I'm concentrating on this.
¿Estás concentrado o estás dormido?
Are you concentrating or are you asleep?
No te miro porque estoy concentrado en la carretera, ¿vale?
I'm not looking at you because I'm concentrating on the road, okay?
¿Alguna vez has visto a un jaguar concentrado en su presa?
Have you ever seen a jaguar concentrating on its prey?
¿El pensador de Rodin está concentrado todo el tiempo?
Is Rodin's thinker concentrating all the time?
¿En qué está concentrado?
What's he concentrating on?
Ni te oirá si está concentrado en el partido.
He won't even hear you if he's concentrating on the game.
All right, folks, there you go. A little concentration. That's right. Now, as you know, we use the word concentrate, but there's another one we use a lot more often. And so I'm going to use that common mistake because the one that Dave was highlighting in that audio was the adjectives. Okay, now, adjectives sometimes end in ed, and sometimes they end in ing. Sometimes they don't at all. But there are ones, and we're going to go through them. So you got bored, boring, interested, interesting, entertained, entertaining. Now they're very different because if you're bored, you're a victim of boredom. Somebody or something is boring you. Now, if you're boring, you're the cause. You're the one who's making everybody bored. That's very different. One, you are the victim of it. You know, you're like, oh man, why am I so, right? And the other one, you're the cause of it. And that works with everything. This show is entertaining. Cause, right? The result, you guys are entertained, right? This show is not boring. You guys are, as a result, you guys are not bored. So it's cause and effect, really, right? And don't pronounce it bored. So he's concentrated. He's concentrating. Same idea, folks. ED. Again, let's just look at a very easy one there. Because I've had a student told me, oh, I'm really boring in my new position. I'm like, well, maybe you're going to get fired then. And she's like, what? I'm like, you're boring. Well, they want people who are creative. Nobody wants a boring person on their team. You know, it's not a good thing. She's like, no. I'm like, my team. I'm like, well, then they're boring. Cause, effect, you're bored. It's a good way to remember that, okay? Interested, interesting. Okay, so now, the other word we use, I know you know it, and I've heard it mispronounced so many times. It starts with an F, followed up by an O-C-U-S. También es un modelo de Ford, el coche Ford, right? Un Ford, pero no lo pronuncias como lo acabas de pronunciar en tu cabeza. Eso no lo busco. So what do I want from you? I want you to give me that word. I want you to give me a word, but give it to me in a sentence. You can say rima con. Ahí lo tienes. So, pa, rima con F-O-C-U-S. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to give me a rhyming, since I've heard it mispronounced 1,000,001 times, and I'm not overstating this, 1,000,001 times. Well, I want to make sure you guys know how to pronounce it. And don't say fuck us. Because this was fornica con, you know, that's exactly what I just said. So, yes. And I've heard say fuck us. And I'm like, just calm down. And in that case, you know what I say? Use concentrate. If you can't say it right, use concentrate. So, I want a word that rhymes with that. Because if we know another word that rhymes with it, then we can associate it. Lo podemos asociar. And this way, we'll never forget it as long as we live. Kind of like that earliest memory we're going to look at in our question of the week this week. All right, let's see. We've got a lot of students joining us here in our virtual classroom. There's Born to Iron Man. He says, morning, friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, now that you're here, we're doing just dandy. Fine and dandy. Es genial. Fine and dandy. Es frase hecha. What's up, Laura? She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. No live show, mejor. No live show for me today and tomorrow, but I'll listen to the recordings. Have a wonderful time. Well, we will miss you, Laura, but the good thing, you won't have to miss the show, as you said. So you'll be with us in spirit, as always. There's Chris Valrol. She says, morning, dear people. I was over the moon. Totally native. Over the moon. Encantadísima. I was over the moon listening. Hang on. Chris, listening, learn with Lara, ¿qué me falta ahí? That's in that book, by the way, Errores Comunes. Porque hay gente que me dice, the perfect example of this one is people come to me at the book fair, Feria del Libro, or an event, and they say, Alberto, I listen you every day. And I say, not enough. Not enough. Does anybody catch where I'm going here? I know you know it, Chris, and you already caught it. So listening to, ese tú no es negociable. You got to just learn it together. It's like, wait for me. No es wait me, it's wait for. Listen to. So son sonidos que van juntos siempre. So listening to learn with Lara, we already, oh, excellent. Okay, so two different thoughts here. So I'm listening to learn with Lara. Well, wait a second, Chris. How are you able to learn with Lara if the section doesn't come out till Wednesday? Oh, I know why. Chris is in my curious community, and she got early access to this week's episode. So I'm glad you like it, Chris. Hey, this is how I test it. If the people in my community say, Alberto, this episode sucks, then maybe it doesn't make it to the show with no name. So thanks for the feedback, Chris. She also says, we are already missing you, Laura. Yeah, like the song. I'll be missing you. Every move you make, every breath you take. Because the real song is I'll Be Watching You. But then there's a version that they made for Biggie Smalls, the Notorious Big. I'll be missing you. When he passed on, cuando falleció. Beautiful version. There's rap in it. Really cool. If you haven't heard it. I think it might be P. Diddy, or just put Biggie, I'll Be Missing You. And you'll know the song because I'll be one. But they sing it with like a chorus, un coro. It's beautiful. If you love that soulful music, and obviously it's about a loss, una pérdida. So they're singing from the heart, you know. So great. Let's see. There's David rocking and rolling. And David says, good morning, Alberto and mates. Good morning to you, David. Great to have you here with us, as always. All right, Chris Valrol says, talking about mistakes. I forgot the two that always goes. Ese te falta ahí. No worry, Chris. Hey, you know why Chris is making some mistakes? Because she's participating. She's trying. So great. She says, talking about mistakes. Well, hey, again, I'm not going to catch you with that one. Not anytime soon, Chris. The listen to one. And she says, I forget the two that always goes with listen. You know what? That's why it's a common mistake. Again, if you guys are interested right now, we've got a lot of special deals that are going on for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, as they call it. So go to our website, grupovon.com. You can go to the vontienda.com if what you're looking for is materials. But if you want to find out about courses and some of the special deals that we've got, you can also call us. You can find out on social media as well. But this, for 10 euros, it's a 10 euro book. And it's worth its weight in gold. And don't forget, it comes with audio, as we just heard. So let's see. We've got Salvador in the house. What's up, Salvador? Great to have you on board. I see that you guys are all ready to rock. But right now, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. I'm having a blast already, and we just got started. When we come back, we're going to take a look at words that rhyme with F-O-C-U-S. Y no es Ford, right? ¿Cuánto daño ha hecho Ford? Oh, man. We're going to tackle that once and for all. Plus, we've got our Say What soundbite. We've got our spelling bee, homophones, name that movie, name that lyric. Double trouble. Man, we've got so much to do, so many challenges, so much fun to be had. All that and much more coming up. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Part 2. Don't forget to check out all our deals. I'm telling you guys, I was checking them out. I was perusing. Ojeando, toma palabra. I was perusing the website this weekend. Well, I got an email. You know, I'm on the Vaughn mailing list. That's a good way, too. Another good way to stay in the know is to sign up to our mailing list, and then you don't have to go looking at our website. We'll let you know when there are special events. I've got to say, Vaughn's pretty good at that, even as an employee. You know, every week we have a newsletter. This is what's going on in the company. These are the people or departments we want to highlight. And I think that's great. I have to say, kudos. Kudos to everybody who puts that together. All right, amigos. All right. Okay, well, let's see what we've got coming up in this part. I think we can kick off right away with today's Say What soundbite. Yeah. Say what? All right, amigos. It's your Say What soundbite today. Talking about taking a trip down memory lane. I think most of you are going to know this one. But that's not enough. I don't just want you to know who it is, which I think is going to be pretty easy today. But I do want you to also know what's going on and to be able to tell me in your best English. And then after the third or fourth listen, hopefully you'll be able to get it all down. This is an exercise in comprehension, in summarizing. It's expressing yourself, a little bit of everything. It's a writing exercise, right? And if you vocalize, si tú lo dices en voz alta, it's also a speaking exercise. That's totally in your hands, amigos. All right, so here's today's Say What soundbite. Is everybody ready? You know the drill. ¿Sabéis cómo van las cosas? Here's the first listen.
Ready or not, here I come. That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. Sorry, Rachel. Did I do that? Wow!
All right, there we go. Now, there's a catchphrase. You either know it or you don't know it. All right, let me play it for you a second time, and then we'll talk about it. And then we also have to check your pop quiz. And so far, I see a couple people participating, but nobody has rhymed anything with this word yet correctly. So, ¿qué palabra rima si yo soy rapero y digo, tengo que concentrarme? Then what word can I put in the next phrase? That's what I'm looking for. All right? That second syllable, not the first one. Iron Man, you're rhyming the first syllable. I'm not so worried about that one. I meant like para rimar al final, right? Like if it was a rap song, right? So if I say, hey, day, may, say, play, all of those words could be at the end of a sentence or a stanza if it's poetry, which in the end, what is rap? I guess it's poetry in its own way. Well, while you guys are thinking that through, let me tell you a little bit about our star course. It's Vaughntown. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. All right, there you go, folks. All the information just waiting for you at our website, grupovon.com. All right, let me give you the Say What soundbite for the second time, and then I'd love to hear from you.
Ready or not, here I come. That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. Sorry, Rachel. Did I do that? Wow!
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I know you know that line. Come on. If you had a TV set, si tenías televisor, and you lived in the 80s or early 90s, you definitely know what this is. But that's not enough. I want you to tell me about what you heard in your best English, and hopefully, I think it's easy enough today. Everybody will be able to jot it all down. Let's see. We've got a lot of people participating, And Born to Iron Man says, if you bought a second-hand Ford Focus, it wouldn't cost you so much dough. All right, I'll give it to you. Focus, faux, dough. But what I really meant was the ending of the word. But okay, I didn't specify. So it's faux. De hecho, si sabemos la palabra, are you friend or foe? Amigo o enemigo, right? Foe, F-O-E. There you go, foe. He is not my friend. He is my foe. 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 And the second part, let's see, Chris Valrol. Now, I got to tell you something. Chris Valrol, she did it, and I didn't even realize until I read it aloud. So she says, and I don't know why I forgot it, because I was really focused, but then I noticed I was missing something. Focus, notice. Focus, notice. Oh, my God. Yeah. Did you notice, that it sounds like focus? What about kiss? Beso. I told him focus on the kiss. Focus, kiss, kiss, focus. What? Yes, it's is. So you could rhyme it with miss, kiss, piss, si quieres orinar. Focus, right? And what Chris did is rhyme the ending con ed. So focused, que suena como besado. She kissed him. Focused, kissed. But then I noticed ese mismo te al final y el sonido vocal. So excellent job. I missed, right? I focus, so I miss, focus, is, same sound. So here's the sound. 2 syllables. Focus, 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 focus. Listen, man, you need to focus. And if not, you can always say concentrate. Wonderful job. Wow. Impressive. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, sometimes I need to be more concentrated. Te falta una D ahí, amigo. I need to be more concentrated. I'd better pronounce this word than focus. I don't get it. I don't know what. All right. Well, either way, it's concentrated. Let's see. Chris Valrol. She says, this is hocus pocus, and I can't focus. Oh, my God. Chris Valrol. She said focus, cause she don't miss what she said when she lists everything she did. List, focus, is. It's that is sound. Wow. Hocus pocus. Alakazam. Something we say when we're talking about magic. Hocus pocus. Focus. Igual. Chris, have you ever thought about being a rapper? Yo, I can't focus because of this hocus pocus. Brilliant. What can I say? And listen, what about this one? Mucus. Mucus, focus, mocos. Mucus. Man, there's mucus on my shirt. Well, I have a 4-year-old daughter. So yeah, guys, rhyming words. That's how we learned English, I'm telling you. When we were younger, we would have a list of words and the teachers would say, okay, which word doesn't sound like the rest? And that can be quite confusing in English, right? If you look at the spelling of words. There's Born to Iron Man coming back. He says, it's tough to differentiate. It's tough to differentiate between focus and fuckus. It makes me go nuts. All right, well, listen. I'm going to say both of them, even though I don't want to be vulgar, but we got to clear this up, guys. I don't want anybody getting in any trouble. No quiero que nadie se meta en líos por ahí por decir fóllanos, okay? So, fuck us, which is not something you say often, unless you're like, oh man, they're trying to fuck us. Que no es literal, no están intentando timar. Yes, ahí sí. But you wouldn't just walk up to somebody and say, fuck us. I mean, I don't know what industry you work in, but. So, fuck us is not something you want to say. Focus, que no tienen nada en común. Ningún sonido vocal en común. Focus. I know it's a tough one. I know it's a bone of contention. A bone of contention, you say manzana de la discordia. You guys hate it. So say concentrate, but it's much more common to say focus. But just don't say fuck us. please. Again, I'm just trying to avoid any trouble down the road. All right. Anybody, let's see. I don't think I see anybody participating in the Say What soundbite. Interesting. Well, then we're going to have to move on either way. If nobody's going to participate, we're going to get right into today's spelling bee because you guys know we don't really have time to putz around over here. Look at that phrasal verb. I think from the context, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, well, amigos, you know what time it is. It's time for our Q electrical robot voice. Q is que entre, dar pie, Q robot electrical voice, spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It is our spelling bee only on the show with no name. And this is a part of the show where we learn, we laugh. But this challenge is not for the faint of heart. No es apto para cardíacos. This is for only my highest level students, at least here in our first lightning round. All right, now let's do this. All of these words shall be capitalized. So start every word with a capital letter, and we'll see how you guys do. As I said, good luck. Round one is hellish, always, but that's the idea. And then round two, I think it's doable, asequible. All right, round one. Oh, and I've got some sound effects over here. Let's see that I prepared. 1 second. Let me see if I can find them now. One thing is preparing them, and another thing is putting them on the soundboard, and then, making sure they're there when you need them. Oh, there we go. I did my homework. Let's see how you guys do on round one. The first word is DONALD space JOHANSON. The second one is TOM space GRAY. The third one is AUSTRA LOPITHECUS space AFARENSIS. The fourth one is ETHIOPIA. The fifth one is AWASH space VALLEY. And the sixth one is AFAR space DEPRESSION. Oh my God, let me catch my breath a second while I tell you about Vaughn Groups. Do you know about Vaughn Groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn Groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media. and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. That's right, folks. More information at our website, grupovaughn.com. Also, if you follow us on social media, then you'll be the first one to know about all these special deals. Also, we've got Cristina, Cris Valrol, who is participating in our Say What soundbite. And you know what? No matter what she puts, nobody else has participated. So, Cris, you did better than everybody else. And you didn't even have to try. It wasn't that easy. Let's see. Cris says, I heard an excerpt of an old series where a butterfingered guy... Butterfinger, piénsalo, tiene manos de mantequilla. It means torpe, clumsy. A butterfingered guy is messing it up, cagándola. This time with the shower. And Laura, not our Laura, was horrified. Cris, I couldn't have said it better myself. Perfect. Great summary of what you heard, and it was spot on. Let's see. Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at our spelling bee. This was a tough one, Born to Iron Man. Let's see how you did, good buddy. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is correct. Wow, that's the tough one there. So he just got over the hump. The fourth one is correct. The fifth one is incorrect. Oh, but you know what? You just missed one letter. Now, luckily, we don't work at NASA, and one letter is not the difference between, one digit isn't the difference between, crashing into an asteroid. Hey, I don't want to try it. I'll take your word for it. But excellent effort, Born to Iron Man. Let's see. Cris Valrol taking a stab at it. All right. Let's see. Cris, the first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one's correct. So is the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth is, oh no. Absolutely correct. Wow. Amazing speed and precision, or accuracy, as we say. Excellent job, Born to Iron Man. Great effort. And Cris, you nailed it. Not only fast, but perfect. Now, what's the good news, Cris? Prepare a cup of tea, relax. You can take this next minute or two off when I give our students round 2. Is everybody ready? All right, this is round 2 of our spelling bee. This is a normal pace, una velocidad super normal. So I expect almost any level, maybe not beginner, but like intermediate and above, you should be able to get this no problem. So here we go, my amigos. The first word is DONALD space JOHANSON. The second one is TOM space GRAY. The third one is AUSTRA LOPITHECUS space AFARENSIS. That's the doozy. The doozy is la chunga, la que tiene truquillo ahí. Number 4, ETHIOPIA. The fifth one, AWASH space VALLEY. And the last one, AFAR space DEPRESSION. So there you go, my amigos. There's your spelling bee. Round 2, which, I think round 2 there you guys nailed. If you weren't able to get it on the first go, I don't think you should have had any trouble whatsoever. Cualquiera on the second go. Another round of applause as well to our students. Chris, who nailed it. Born, you were just one letter off. But again, wonderful effort on behalf of both of you. En parte de ambos. Why did I choose these words? Well, today first, what was that sound in the background? ¿Qué era ese sonido de fondo? Was I caving? Cavando's caving? No, it's digging. To cave is ceder. My daughter said she wanted to watch cartoons. I said no. She asked me 20 times. Finally, I caved. Eso es ceder. Eso sí que es una palabra. Pero cavar, excavar, is to dig. You dig? ¿Me sigues? Ahí tenéis un double trouble. Lo pillas, lo captas, you dig? Also, I dig something is me flipa. Es un poco anticuado, pero se sigue usando. I dig digging. Me flipa excavar. Well, this guy digging, a guy named Donald Johanson, today in 1974, along with his friend Tom Gray, discovered the 40% complete, and here I go. Are you ready? Esta era la difícil de todas aquí. The 40% complete Australopithecus afarnesis. Toma ya. And they nicknamed this skeleton that they found Lucy, after the Beatles song, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky. Folks, we're off to a quick commercial break. I can't believe it. Time really does fly when you're having fun. Thanks for having fun with me, for learning and laughing every day. We'll be right back. So, stick around. Nice job, amigos. And thanks for learning and laughing with us here every day on the show with no name. Newsflash. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Attention all show with no namers. As of January 2024, the show with no name live stream will be available exclusively to my patrons. If you'd like to continue to watch the show daily and participate in real time, join us at patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. And what is Patreon, you may ask? Well, as many of you know, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've taught all kinds of people, from famous folks to young kids. And with a background in acting, I love communication. I have a radio show that's been on the air for 15 years and a very successful podcast called FYI. I've also written 5 books and have appeared on numerous TV and radio programs. But the thing I'm most proud of is this curious community on Patreon that we are creating every day together. And I really think you should join us. For as little as €3 a month, you can have access to Show with No Name live stream daily. Every week you can get a bonus episode of FYI. Also PDFs so you can follow the podcast. And the moment you sign up, you'll have access to an archive of over 1,000 posts. You'll also get early access to all my content. And a new feature, a chat, so you can have direct access to me and your fellow students. And most of all, you'll be a part of a curious community of people just like you, English explorers. Consider joining us on Patreon for as little as €3 a month, and you'll get access to so many English resources. And I highly recommend you sign up for a yearly membership. This way you make a commitment and you'll also save 10%. And don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my interstellar students.
I've already improved my pronunciation, and as a consequence, I've gained a lot of confidence in my speaking. Thanks to our weekly review class and our monthly masterclass, where, by the way, to top it off, we have a lot of fun. In a nutshell, if you are willing to better your English, and much more, in a fun way, you won't regret it if you join us.
Alberto is a passionate teacher, an excellent communicator, and what I think is key, he's able to put himself in the student's shoes. He's always willing to help. You'll have access to a wide range of topics every week, bonus content, vocabulary receipts, weekly review classes, monthly master classes, and so on. I think it's much more than just learning English. So go to Patreon, have a look around, and give it a try.
Because it has helped me keep my English in check and improve my language skills in the most fun way, because his podcast is really entertaining and fun, and so are the classes that we have afterwards to revise and go over the vocabulary and just discuss interesting topics. So if you're considering becoming a Patreon, don't hesitate, because that's a great way to improve your English.
We now return you back to your regularly scheduled program.
So what are you waiting for? Learn and laugh with us in our curious community over on patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. See you there. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget to download our free app, and this way you can learn English with us all day long. Whether you're at the dentist's office, doesn't matter where you are, but you can learn English with us for free. That's right. And don't forget to take care of our special deals, to take advantage, not take care. We'll take care of you. Te cuidamos. You take advantage of our special Cyber Monday deals. We've got special deals on our Disney English Vaughn. It is awesome, but you got to act quick. You got to take advantage of that before December 15th. We've also got special deals at Vaughn Junior. We've got Vaughn Groups, Masters in Inglés Profesional. You can save up to €500. Vaughn Groups, you can save up to €400. The Curso Intensivo de Navidad is 50% off. The Speak English Now course, it's 25 booklets with audio, is under $100. Free shipping. Con envío gratis. It's €95, guys. I mean, you really have another one for €25. You get El Pack Imprescindible. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books with audio for €25. I highly recommend you take a look at our website, grupovon.com. And right now it's time for Homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. It's a show with no name. It's a show with no name. Show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And here we go, my amigos. We're going to look at some words with, well, chicha, as you say. And we say the same thing, really. We say meaty. We're going to look at some meaty words right now. And let's take a look at them because they all have more than one meaning, which means they can be double troubles in the near future. So stay tuned. The first word is, well, we're not going to look at it in plural. I want it in singular. But when we talk about persianas, okay, and I don't mean women from Persia. I mean persianas, like on your windows, right, to keep the sun out and stuff. Well, usually it's used in plural, but we're not looking at it in plural. We're looking at it in singular. It's also a part of a camera, the mechanism of a camera. It says here, obturador. There's a new one for me. Okay. Also, it means cerrar, pero no cerrar para una noche, cerrar chapar. So what happened to that pizza place? No, cerró. Well, they're closed tomorrow. Closed es el de toda la vida. Closed down, oeste, significa que ya no abren más, right? Yeah, I think that's it for the first one. So the first one is persiana, una. Normalmente se usa en plural, pero vamos en singular. And obturador, which is a part of a camera. And it means also cerrar algo, pero en plan chapar, as you say in Spanish. And the second word here, maybe it's a word that you've heard before, another word with a double meaning over here. And this word, oh my goodness. Oh, geez. Hacer añicos. Bueno, estás haciendo añicos. Ow! Careful where you step, guys. Jeez Louise. So, desmenuzarse, destrozarse, hacerse añicos. ¿También es cumplir años? ¿Estás haciendo añicos, eh? No sé, se dice así. O sea, that can be a double trouble in Spanish, ¿no? en Andalucía, mi abuela diría eso, right? Poor God rest her soul. Estás haciendo añicos. I never knew that. See? Who's learning here? You, me, or both of us? Well, I think all of us. There's not just two of us. Although sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to one student, right? Even though obviously there are many of you there. So also now, so it means romper en añicos. So it's the verb. It's, what else can we say about it? Oh, when we say it too, it means destruido, but in the figurative sense. So again, it's got not so much many meanings, but it's got the figurative sense, like el cristal se hizo añicos, ¿no? And also estoy hecho añicos, estoy destrozado, same. Okay, so there you go. Those are your two words, and hopefully you guys will A, be familiar with the words, and B, you'll also be able to pronounce them and see if they sound exactly the same or not. Also, here's your Say What soundbite for the third time.
Ready or not, here I come. That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. Sorry, Rachel. Did I do that? Wow!
And there is the catchphrase. All you have to do, if you've never heard this in English, you've got to watch this series in English. And I'm sure many of you already know what series it is. What did you call it in Spanish? In English, it was brilliant. It had a double meaning. So it was La familia importa. Son importantes, ¿no? Los miembros de la familia. And also, it's asuntos de familia. So it's brilliant. That title. All right, let's see what our amigos are coming up with in our homophones section. Born to Iron Man is the first one to participate. And those are the correct words, Born to Iron Man. And he says they don't sound alike. All right. Let's see. German. German says they are not homophones. All right. What's up, German? Chris. Chris, those are the right words as well. And she says, I'd say they're not homophones. So interesting. Chris says, cosas de casa in Spain. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Bueno, tiene sentido. Asuntos de casa. But you're missing the double meaning. That's the only problem with that one. But, all right. So right now it's unanimous. All of you are saying these two words don't sound the same. All right, let's say the words. The first one, shutter. Now, remember, I'm not British, so I don't say shutter. A British person might say shutter. Oh, that restaurant shuttered, right? To shutter. So, shutter. We say shutter. De hecho, hay una, let me find it over here. Shutter. So if we shutter the shutters, it means cerrar las persianas. But can I be honest with you? It would be a lot more common to say close the shutters than shutter the shutters for the sake of redundance, right? Shutter. So say it with me. A la americana, shutter. S-H-U-T-T, que suena como una D en mi país, E-R, shutter, sonido vocal, The second one, shatter. Ahora, en inglés británico es shatter. In American English, shatter. They're not homophones in either language. No, either version. They're different languages. But it's true. A British person would say, oh, shutter. Oh, my shutter. I'm shattered. And to shatter, right, glass is to break it into a million pieces. But we also say, I was shattered when I found out that terrible news. Also, and you'll know from context, shattered is also destrozado, cansado también. So it can be, I'm shattered. You'll know instantly because somebody looks like they're about to cry. That means they got bad news and they're shattered. They're destroyed. But if they say, oh man, it's been a 13-hour workday, I am shattered. Well, then from that context, it means I am not emotionally destroyed so much as just I can't. In both cases, you are waving the white flag. Tienes esa bandera blanca al aire. All right, well, folks, we've got so much to do. Really quickly, let's just review the spelling bee stuff. So, as I said, in 1974, they discovered Lucy, a skeleton of an Australopithecus afarensis, again, not a common word, and they nicknamed it Lucy after the Beatles song. Now, the other words, number one was Donald Johansson. He was one of the main guy. His partner was number two, Tom Gray. Now, I don't know who was really in charge there. It's kind of a gray area. Okay, all right. I'll stop. The next one, I'm not even going to say it again. It's an Australopithecus. Blah, 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 blah. The fourth one, just be careful because it's a country. I know it's a country, but we don't pronounce it. You say Ethiopia. I don't even know how you say it. Interesante. We say Ethiopia. So that la E es como I latina al principio, Ethiopia. And the people are Ethiopian. All right? The next one is the Awash Valley, which is where it was found, in the Awash Valley in Ethiopia, which is a part of the Afar Depression, which is interesting. Afar, lejos. Es una forma poética de decir lejos. I saw him from afar, en vez de far away, como una sola palabra. Bonita, pero I imagine in this case it's got an Ethiopian etymology. And depression in this case, we're not talking about, oh, I'm depressed. It means like when we're talking about geography, a geographical depression. So there you go, folks. That's our spelling bee. Right now, it's time for Name That Movie.
Name that movie.
That's right, amigos and amigas. It's Name That Movie, only on the show with no name. And as always, I'm going to give you a little excerpt from a movie here. We're going to take a look at a scene. I'm going to give you the summary of the movie, a little synopsis, and we're going to play and learn, and hopefully you'll know what movie it is. If not, it's no big deal either, as long as you learn from it, right? All right, let's see. This is one that I love. And what can I tell you? Well, when you know the title, at least now, I know that you know how to pronounce the title. All right? And that's all I'll say. I just gave you a clue. All right. Ted Daniels and Chuck Owley, 2 U.S. Marshals, are sent to an asylum on a remote island in order to investigate the disappearance of a patient, where Teddy uncovers a shocking truth about the place. Sound familiar? You like that eerie music? Inquietante. Well, it's there for a reason. There is a method to my madness. So Ted Daniels, 2 people, 2 U.S. Marshals. And what is a marshal? Marcial, you say? Let me just check it anyway. A marshal. It's a famous movie, too. U.S. Marshals. A marshal is mariscal, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, mariscal. Jefe de policía. Right? Would be another way to say it. So 2 U.S. Marshals are sent to an asylum, an insane asylum, un manicomio. Now we would say a psychiatric hospital. Right? Now you don't say a loony bin. I mean, we do when but it's not politically correct, but I'm not politically correct anyway. But just letting you guys know, if you want to use the proper terminology, it's a psychiatric hospital, where they treat people. But back in the day, they also tortured people. If you guys listened to the Kellogg's episode of FYI. Oh, yeah. Different times. So they are sent to an asylum on a remote island. I think that's pretty easy to figure out. Remoto, no? In order to investigate the disappearance of a patient, where Teddy uncovers, destapa, igual. You cover something, lo tapas. He uncovers a shocking truth, una verdad espeluznante, no? Sorprendente, about the place. Is everybody scared? Yeah, I'm a little bit scared myself. That's pretty scary, that music, huh? All right, well, folks, you know what's scary? How good Cris Valrol knows her movies. Oh, man. You are good. This movie is Shutter Island. You know how to pronounce it now, right? We looked at it before. We looked at Shutter versus Shatter. Say them with me. If you didn't do it before, here's your chance. Shutter Island. Shutter. Oh, Shutter. Shutter. Shutter Island. Have you seen Shutter Island? No, I've seen Shutter Island. And I was shattered. It was, me dejó destrozado. Well, we're playing with words and making sure you don't pronounce those 2 words the same. All right. Well, did you guys know? I didn't know this. This is why I love learning and researching as well. The title of this movie is an anagram of truth and lies. Truth and lies. Verdades y mentiras. Did you? Shutter Island. Aha! If you mix those words around, it's truth and lies or truths and denials. To be in denial is you refuse to accept something. It happens a lot. We talk with alcoholism. When somebody drinks a lot, like, oh, I don't have a drinking problem. Yeah, but you drink every day. You're aggressive. You're in denial. Or when someone dies, cuando fallece alguien, we refuse to believe it. It's to be in denial. We're denying it. So truths and lies or truths/denials is the anagram. And pretty interesting. Martin Scorsese directed it. And this is interesting. I didn't know this. Mark Ruffalo won the role of Chuck after he sent Martin Scorsese a fan letter. Eso es, una carta de fan, saying how much he was dying to work with him. Now, I imagine he did well in his audition, and he did well in his presentation there. Mira la importancia de tener una carta de presentación, you know, a cover letter, because he stood out, destacó, because Scorsese called him, and he gave him an audition, and he gave him a shot, and he got the role. And the rest is history. Now he's Mark Ruffalo. Oh, wait, okay, we won't talk about, what's it, the Hulk, Incredible Hulk. So, and this is at that time, the opening weekend, it grossed, ingresó $40.2 million in its opening weekend. At that time, that was the career best, the highest for Martin Scorsese. And, well, The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013 eventually surpassed that. So it's kind of cool when you break your own records. You know, you're surpassing yourself, right? Isn't that what it's about? Isn't that what we do every day here? We're trying to do it better, to outdo ourselves to every day, right? A little bit further, a little bit, I'm going to try another structure. I'm going to try and use this thing I picked up, right? It's all playing around. So let's take a look at the scene. Chris says, Marshal is translated as agentes judiciales, but I've seen police chief as well. Well, I'm not too sure because I don't know if you have them. Here's what a marshal is. Marshal is the person, like an air marshal, who's on the airplane but dressed in plain clothes. And if you get out of line, that's the guy who beats you up. And you don't want to use a gun on a plane. So an air marshal. So a marshal, it depends too. If you're in the army, it's literally a position. He's a marshal, a general marshal, a second marshal. So again, depending on the context, it can mean different things. So agente judicial could be another good translation as well. All right, well, let's take a look at the scene, as we always do. The warden, here's a good word. Me acuerdo cuando aprendí esta palabra. Alcaide, you say, if I'm not mistaken? The warden. And it's interesting because if you think about it, a ward is una ala. So you can go to a hospital and then there's the psych ward. W-A-R-D, ward. Not word, ward. So the warden is in charge of the ward, la planta. Makes sense. I never thought of that. See, I'm discovering things in English, guys, that I never realized. So when I say play with words, even myself, I'm like, get lost in the words. See if there's something deeper. And there always is. Words are strong. They're powerful. So ward, the warden, alcaide, no sé, corrígeme si no digo bien, takes care of the ward. And we were talking about psychiatric hospitals. Well, some hospitals like La Paz in Madrid, they don't have a psychiatric hospital. They have a psychiatric ward. How do I know? Well, I was in there for like 6 months. No, I'm joking. You're like, what? I could be. You could have me committed, I'm sure. No, when I used to go for my treatment, you guys know I got hit by a car. So I had to go back for x-rays, and I had to go to La Paz more times than I can count. Okay. And I knew a shortcut, un atajo, where I had to go like right by the psych ward. And I just remember, psicología. And I said, okay, look at that. So the warden says, did you enjoy God's latest gift? ¿Has disfrutado con el último regalo de Dios? And Teddy Daniels says, what? Okay. Like, no, he can't believe what he's hearing. And the warden says, God's gift. Regalo de Dios, ¿no? Una bendición, podría ser. Un talento. We use it too. God has given you a gift, man. Te ha dado un don, un talento. But we also have an expression that is, you think you're God's gift. Crees que eres como, no, que Dios te mandó a la tierra, que eres algo especial. So that's a good expression. Couple expressions we're looking at. So he says, God's gift, your violence, tu violencia. And Daniel looks at him blankly, as we say, with a blank stare, like, huh? And the warden says, when I came downstairs in my home, cuando bajé por las escaleras en mi casa, and I saw the tree in my living room, vi ese árbol en mi salón, it reached out for me. Me intentó coger la mano, como alcanzarme. A divine hand, una mano divina. God loves violence. Dios le encanta la violencia. And Ted Daniel says, oh, well, I hadn't noticed. And he was being sarcastic. No me había dado cuenta. And the warden says, well, sure you have. Pues claro que sí. Why else would there be so much of it? ¿Y por qué? Entonces, ¿por qué otra razón habría tanto violencia si no le gusta? Why else would there be so much of it? It's in us. Lo tenemos dentro. Es innato. It's in us. It's what we are. Es lo que somos. This guy sounds a bit wacky himself. Maybe he should have himself committed, not to the jail, but to the psych ward. And he goes, we wage war. So to wage war is empezar una guerra, ¿no? To wage war, you wage war on a country. ¿No? Empiezas guerra. We wage war. We burn sacrifices. ¿No? Sacrificios que quemamos. And pillage and blunder. Pillage. I don't know this word in Spanish. Pillage, saquear, right? To loot, se dice también. To loot, to pillage, que rima con village, de hecho. I hope they don't pillage your village. Mira, fácil forma de acordarte. And to plunder. And plunder similar. Plunder, a ver si lo traducen. Sí, saquear. So to plunder, to pillage, to loot. Okay? And loot también es pasta y botín. Wow, lots of double troubles. And we haven't even gotten to double trouble yet. And he says, and pillage and plunder and tear at the flesh of our brothers y arrancar la piel de la carne de nuestros hermanos, ¿no? The flesh of our brothers. And why? ¿Y por qué? Because God gave us violence to wage in his honor. This guy's out of his mind. Está como una cabra, as you say. And Teddy refuses to believe it. He says, I thought God gave us moral order. Pensaba que Dios nos daba orden, moral, right? He taught us how to think, how to be good people, that kind of idea. And Warden says, there's no moral order as pure as this storm. No hay ningún orden moral que es tan puro como esta tormenta. There's no moral order at all, in absoluto. There's just this. Can my violence conquer yours? All right, amigos, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the rest of today's show. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 4. Don't forget to stay tuned. Up next, you've got Ximena Holiday and her tour de force, Test Your English. After that, you can sit down and have a crazy, wacky lunch with Rob and Andy on the Lunchtime Show. And then you've got our latest show, Ruby. Speak Up with Ruby. Awesome new show. If you haven't given it a listen, It's on every day at 3 p.m. on the Vaughn Radio app. You can also download it wherever you get podcasts. After Ruby, you've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. All these shows are unique in their own way. You've got, speaking of unique, one of a kind, Dave Boys and The Salad. What an awesome show. What a ball of energy. That's Dave Boys. Then you've got Kyle Miller and Drive Time, The Probo Show with Rob Grams, Richard Vaughn Live, and our latest show, Frankly Speaking, with Chris Frank. And you want to know something? What an interesting guy. I was with him this weekend. He made some killer cocktails and gave us some killer conversation. You can join him every day on Frankly Speaking, here on Vaughn Radio. So many amazing programs, so little time. Folks, it's time for Double Trouble. Come on, sing it with me. You know you're feeling the funk.
You know what time it is.
Feel the funk now.
Give it up.
Give it, give it, give it, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
I said double.
Remix it however you want.
Double trouble. Double. Double trouble. I said double. Double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It's Double Trouble, only on the show with no name. And let's see what we've got for today's Double Trouble. I'm trying to rate it here. Estoy tasándolo aquí. I'm rating it on a scale of 1 to 10. And wait a second. Did I say Double Trouble? No. It's a double trouble. What? You heard perfectly. A double trouble. Now, what does that mean? It means you have to use the same word twice. So you got two sets of words in this double trouble. Again, this one is not for the faint of heart. Si no has pillado esta expresión con todo lo que le he dicho hoy, not for the faint of heart. Y no vale con aprender faint y heart. Es todo. You can't just take part of it out. It's like listen without two or wait without four, right? Or ask. Ask means preguntar. Ask for means pedir. Not exactly the same thing, right? So, my amigos, as always, this is a challenge, but I think you'll always be able to rise to the challenge because you do it day after day. And without any further ado, here it is. Él pagó 6,000 pavos por su guitarra y piano de cola. So, él pagó 6,000 pavos. And it's not turkeys. No pongas turkeys, por favor. Digo dinero, ok. Él pagó todo en contexto. Él pagó 6,000 pavos por su guitarra, por su guitarra y piano de cola. Good luck. I think this one's gonna make you stretch your brains, or más común decir, to rack your brain. Esta es interesante porque you can say to rack your brain or to rack your brains, aunque solo tienes uno. And I think you say exprimir los sesos. All right, guys, think it over. ¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupobaugan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant!
That's right, folks. More information at our website, grupovon.com. All right, here's your Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time. And nobody's gotten it yet, so good luck.
Ready or not, here I come! That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura! Sorry, Rachel! Did I do that? Wow!
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There it is for the fourth and final time. Nobody's figured it out yet. Or our double trouble. Let's see. Chris says ward is pabellon. Psychiatric or not? Yep. It says sala a la pabellon. A room in a hospital, it says. So sala. I've heard ala before as well. And pabellon. I didn't know that one. I know pabellon like a sports place here in Spain, but I didn't know that other meaning. Thanks. So now we got three ways to say it in Spanish. Sala, ala, pabellon. In English, it's ward. Que también puede ser distrito electoral. I'm in the third ward. No significa que estás ingresado en ese. Vote for me in the third ward. Oh, tenemos ahí un triple, quadruple trouble. Oh, thanks, Chris. Thanks for that one. I'm going to jot that one down. All right. Anybody? Nobody's taking a stab here. Come on. I know someone's going to be able to get our double trouble. Do you need some clues? Okay, wait. Chris is taking a stab at it. She says he paid $6,000. Cuidado sin ese, Chris. Aunque es miles. We always say it without an S, pero, ¿ves? Si no lo pones, no lo llegamos a ver. So, excellent. He paid $6,000, $20,000, $50,000. Significa mil. Okay? So, he paid $6,000 for his guitar and grand piano. She says, I couldn't make it a double trouble. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris. If this weren't a double trouble, that's fine. Removing the S, quitando esa S. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man over here. He said he paid $6,000. Well, no. Entonces ya no pones bucks. So you can say, buenísimo que estamos viendo esto, amigos. So you can say he paid $6,000 or $6,000. Grand no va con nada. Ya vienen los. So bueno saberlo, guys. Okay, y no va con ese. So he paid $6,000. Okay, and then he put bucks, pero es que no es correcto, for his buck and grand piano. Yeah, but a buck is not a guitar. All right, maybe I can give you guys a musical, because you got, mira, $6,000, ya lo tenéis. Tenéis grand piano, también se puede decir a baby grand. So you can call it a grand piano or a baby grand. These beautiful pianos that, you can even, have somebody, the singer, lie on top of it and sing, those ones. So, anybody, before I give it to you, anyone? All right, let me give you a musical clue. You guys know Bryan Adams? It was the summer of 69. All right, I know you all know it. Those were the best days of my life. Well, that song starts out with, I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Anybody got it now? I got my first real 6-string. Anyone? So another way to call a guitar is a 6-string. Unas 6 cuerdas. You can call it an axe también. Esa mola. Hacha. Right? I don't know if that one they use in Spanish. But a 6-string. Man, I got a new 6-string. I got a new guitar. A bass would be a 4-string, right? So you've heard it. I know it's in another song. No se me ocurre ahora, but you'll hear it in music. Te lo juro. Si haces una busca, mention of 6-string in music, right? With a 6-string home. There you go. Bon Jovi. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead or alive. I walk these streets with a 6-string on my back. Con una guitarra en mi espalda. There it is, guys. 2 musical references. So you'll never forget we call your guitar your 6-string. I got my first real 6-string. Bought it at the 5 and dime. 5 and dime es el todo a 5 céntimos, 10 céntimos. Bueno, ahora es mucho más. But 5 cents and a dime, a nickel and a dime. I got my first real 6-string. Excellent. All right, let's see. You guys are trying it now with that clue. Let's see if you were able to nail it. Born to Iron Man says he paid $6,000 for his 6-string and grand piano. There it is. That's the one. Chris Valrol said he paid $6,000 for a 6-string and a grand piano. Excellent job, my amigos. And we also learned that you can call it an axe as well. Oh, y una forma de decir tocar el piano que me encanta. No sé si tenéis algo parecido. This is where I love learning these little cultural things. We say to tickle the ivories. To tickle the ivories. Do you know what that means? Darle cosquillas a los marfiles. That means, so if somebody says, do you know how to play the piano? Que no es do you know to. Is do you know how to play the piano? Right? Do you know how to play the piano? Well, when I was younger, I used to tickle the ivories. Di eso. They're going to be like, what? How did you know that? And that's when you do your piano scale. So excellent job, my amigos. We're talking instruments. And now I guess we've got a band all lined up for our birthday celebration. All right, amigos, it's famous birthdays, and excuse me while I kiss the sky. What did I just say? Did I say excuse me while I kiss the sky or this guy? Let me say it again. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Kiss this guy. Kiss the sky. Well, either way, it's not the name of the song. The name of the song is Purple Haze, and the artist is today's first birthday boy. Purple haze are in my veins. Lately things don't seem the same. Acting funny, and I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. You got Purple Haze. Hey, Joe. Where you going with that gun in your hand? Doo-doo-doo-doo. Probably one of the greatest guitarists ever. He played the 6-string like nobody. And you know why? Because he was left-handed. O sea, usaba zurdo, you say. He was left-handed, but he played a right-handed guitar strung. To string it es poner las cuerdas. So strung backwards, upside down, al revés. So there's not just a reason that his fingers went a little bit were obviously long. He had long fingers too, this guy. But also he strung his guitar. He didn't buy a left-handed guitar. He had a right-handed guitar, restrung and flipped. And there you go. That's why you got probably one of the most, here, this is what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame said. And I quote, arguably the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music. And he achieved fame in 1967 at the Monterey Pop Festival. He also played the Woodstock Festival, and he unfortunately died young, like a true rocker should. In 1970, he met his maker, sadly. But he left his legacy. Speaking of legacies, our next guy was born in 1940, and he died in the 70s as well, 1973, but he's still popular. He's an American Chinese actor, and he was born in Hong Kong, but he obviously lived in the United States, between the United States and Hong Kong, and probably the most famous martial artist. So we've got greats today. Probably the greatest guitarist, not me. They said it over there. The greatest, look, Rolling Stone, the greatest guitarist of all time. This was in 2023, this year. And somebody said the greatest rock instrumentalist. So that's number one. You don't want to go after him. Como decimos, a hard act to follow. Intenta ganarle a él. And the same thing with number two, unless you're Chuck Norris. And you gave him a run for his money. Le diste guerra ahí. Chuck Norris, or Chu Norri. And he reminded us in a commercial, which I think made him even more famous, be water, my friend. You know it. It's famous. You know this guy. If you don't know those first two people, I don't know where you've been. Welcome. Hi, welcome to Planet Earth. My name's Alberto. I'm not in charge here, believe me. All right. And last but not least, born in 1976, this guy's alive. And this guy also did it like nobody. Lo hizo como nadie. But he did it so well that he got typecast. And everybody would forever see him as Steve Urkel. He was never going to be that, handsome guy, no matter how much he dressed up, or he was never going to be anything more than that nerdy, geeky, clumsy, butterfingered kind of guy. And sometimes that's what happens. You do a role so well. It happened to Adam West, the Batman from the series, the TV series. He did it so well that after that, he couldn't find work doing anything if he wasn't wearing a Batman suit. And I heard a documentary I listened to the other day on a podcast about him. And, well, they were talking about the documentary in a podcast. And they said that he had sex with a lot of women. Obviously, he was Batman. But they wouldn't even look at him if he didn't have the uniform on. So it wasn't just Hollywood. It was like everything. The poor guy. This guy was typecast, as we say, right? Typecast. All right. Let's see. Chris, you nailed it. Number one, Jimi Hendrix. Number two, Bruce Lee. And number three, Jaleel White, who played Did I Do That? Steve Urkel. Urkel, you say. We say Urkel. Poor Jaleel White. Nobody wants to hire him for any roles except doing like an Urkel. Come and dress up as Urkel. And he's like, I'm 60. He's not 60, but, he's like, I'm in my 40s now. I'm in my 50s. He's my age. He's a little bit younger than me. He's like, I'm 45. I don't want to dress up as Steve Urkel anymore. Dress up as Steve Urkel or you're not invited. All right, Chris taking a stab at the Say What soundbite, which was Steve Urkel. Ready or not, here I come. That's a good one to know. Parents, esto es cuando decimos en el escondite, when you play hide and seek. 10, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come. Es también the Fugees. Estamos con la música a tope hoy. Ready or not, here I come. Awesome song. Ready or not, here I come. Let shower the rain full on me. Laura, sorry. Did I do that? All right. Well, she says I couldn't get it any better. All right. Well, let's take a look at it. I'll give it to you now. This is Steve Urkel, as I said. And he says, ready or not, here I come. He says, that shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. That shower running, que tienes el agua corriendo, ¿no? Lo tienes encendido. That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. No me engañas a mí, Laura. Yo sé que no estás en la ducha, right? Que no me quieres ver. You're avoiding me. And then he opens the door and he sees Rachel, the sister, and he goes, sorry, Rachel. And he goes, wow, because he just saw Rachel naked. He says, wow. And then he says his catchphrase, did I do that? Eso lo dice. How does he say it in Spanish? Tiene que ser lo mismo, ¿no? ¿Ha sido yo? Did I do that? Oh, man. Talk about taking a trip down memory lane. Let's hear Jaleel White, the birthday boy, doing the role that he was born to do and he'll die being known for, Steve Urkel.
Ready or not, here I come. That shower running doesn't fool me, Laura. Sorry, Rachel. Did I do that? Wow!
All right, amigos, it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric only on the show with no name. And I said the name of this group before without even trying. I said cinco céntimos, right? I said the 5 and dime. I said we have dimes and then we have, pues, I'll tell you a joke. Since we skipped the joke section, I'll tell you a joke so you know the name of the group. So my friend gave me 5 cents. Well, he lent me 5 cents, right? And then he changed his mind. So then he said, can I have my nickel back? No. Bueno, I talked about it. I said, estas tiendas las llamaban 5 and dime because everything was a nickel or a dime. Well, today we're going to take a look at a classic Nickelback song. I think it's their most famous song. And it's cool. If you know it, I want you to sing along with me. Let's take a look at the lyrics. All right. And also, that's for you guys. Excellent job. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. You guys are always giving it your all. You're going the extra mile, giving 110%. And I appreciate that as your teacher. That's all I can ask for, that you just keep doing what you're doing. It's been an absolute pleasure, as it is every day, to spend this time with you guys. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow. Also, Friday, we've got a very special show. I'd love to hear from you guys because I know you can say some really heartwarming words and express yourselves. And I want you guys to be included in that show because once it's there forever, guys. Your question of the weeks, I mean, podcasts don't get taken down. They're there. That's in cyberspace for, you know, when your grandkids want. Remember that time you were on Vaughn? Yeah, there it is. So you're making memories as well. And remember, this week's question of the week is, what is your earliest memory? Share it with us. I think it's going to be a really fun section this week. Question of the week. And if you want to send us a 1-minute voice message telling us why you love Vaughn Radio or just something special, something, or maybe you just want to say, hey guys, congrats, you know, I don't know what I'd do with that. Whatever. It's up to you. Again, I'm just trying to get you guys involved because I don't think we should have a 20-year anniversary show without hearing from you guys, right? I think you'll agree with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And to another 20 years. We got a lot to celebrate this week. And the song goes like this. I never made it as a wise man. Nunca he tenido éxito como un hombre sabio. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. No tuve madera. No, I couldn't cut it. No tuve lo que se requiere. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Como un hombre pobre robando. I'm tired of living like a blind man. Estoy cansado de vivir como un ciego. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. Estoy harto de ver sin sentir nada. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. And then the chorus, this is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me. You better sing it with me, folks, because you know this is definitely a song that you can sing along to. So thank you, and let's rock.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling, and this is how you remind me.